I sound okay? Welcome back to the OTR podcast. We've got a little bit of a different setup today, but we also have a very special guest. But before we get started, before we introduce everybody, I want to say make sure you guys are hitting follow, subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching this on Instagram, go to YouTube. That's where we want our followers to be. And this is a double. So we're actually filming two podcasts in one today. You're going to get half of us being idiots. You know what the OTR podcast is. You're going to get half of an actually informational podcast about finances, about business, something I used to do. And then Trevor came along and messed those plans up.
Yeah. Well, whenever we go to do the business and serious one, there's going to be a whole lot less talking from me.
But no, our guest today is Wray with the True Freedom podcast, buddy from high school. And he is back in town for what, 2 more days?
Yeah, a couple more days. Thanksgiving, and then heading back to Italy.
Yeah, and you've been stationed for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, 2.5 years. Been in Italy, and then before that I was in Korea, and then before that I was in Japan for 2 years. Two years Japan, 1 year Korea, and then total of 3 in Italy. So.
Well, and we like to start our podcast off with a tradition. It looks like we've got 2 traditions to do today. You can go ahead and pull up his angle there. He's got something pretty nice to show us. This is a wine freshly imported by the man himself from Italy, I believe, right?
Yep.
And we're going to do some taste tests on that. Again, like we said, if you bring stuff in for us, we will taste test it.
Yep.
And also, to counteract that wine, got to do our dry scoop. You're welcome to dry scoop with us.
Yeah, I'll snort some pre-workout. I don't care.
Oh, no, we're not snorting. I mean,
If
if
you
you
say
snort,
it,
I'll take you right to the
I
top.
don't care. But yeah, I
Some
will.
new shit.
You want to have pour me a little bit. I'll get this open. If you would like some bucked up, there we go. We sell that here. Actually, Trevor, this week. Listen up, boy. It's ASMR material right there. This week, if you would like to buy some bucked up from us, me and Trevor are going to hand deliver anybody that buys it for fun. I don't know why. So what we're going to do down in the description down here, there's going to be a Google form. Fill that out. Don't scam us. We're going to come and collect your money the day of. Be like loan sharks. But we're going to come deliver some bucked up to you, to your doorstep. You'll put your address in, your name, whatever, phone number, and it's only $45 instead of $55 online. So you get a little bit of a discount. It comes straight to you the same week. So do that. This is our Thanksgiving special because it's coming out on Thanksgiving. So Trevor dressed up as a cowboy.
Absolutely. I got to keep the different hat tradition going.
Yeah. I was supposed to dress up as an Indian, but
Yeah, I forgot to bring a turkey feather.
my headdress didn't make it.
My fault, man. I forgot about it. I had one. I got multiple of them over at the house.
So what flavor? What kind of wine we got here?
It's a Cabernet Reserve,
Okay.
and it's the selection of the president, and they just like whiskeys, they would put the certain number of bottles back for reserve and special sales. So this was given to me by my neighbor who knows the owner of the winery, and he said it's really good. So I guess we'll try it out.
What's like the name on it?
Due Palme, which means 2 palms. So
Okay.
probably, I don't
2
know how
palms
many.
whiskey.
Yeah.
Or sorry, wine.
Yeah.
My fault.
Well, this bucked up is just blood raspberry, so
Blood
it
raspberry
might
whiskey.
pair well.
That sounds really good.
It smells really good. I don't know how we're going to do this. We need to get more of these little scoops and just save them from our old ones. Oh, do the side.
You should have told me, man, because I've
Turn
had
your
like
mic up a little bit.
I've had like 40 of them.
Just do this.
There we go. Like that?
Like we're
Oh, other way.
up.
My fault.
Oh.
My fault.
Just got pretty. There, not too way. There you go. Right now you got the right angle. All right, here. We'll start with this and we'll wash it down. We'll start with this and wash it down with some wine.
You got enough brand and downer?
Oh, you got the scoop, bud. I guess.
All right, cheers.
Now, for the record, I probably have like 30 different ones of these at the house. I could just bring them in. So I just throw them right back in once I finish a pre.
It's a little chunky.
That was like mounted over the scoop.
It's actually less bad than the Banff.
I'm not doing that much. I don't want to die of a heart attack or cardiac arrest.
No, we already went to the gym today. It's our second scoop.
That's my 3rd scoop, yeah.
This is the content that people come for. Wash that down with some water.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
It's smoky in here now.
Well, if we ever need a smoke machine, we know who to call.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
That's perfect. First
well.
time?
Yeah.
You'll get the blood flowing. So we like to call this the podcast that gets better the longer you watch it, because we're either A, drinking something, or B, taking pre-workout and getting caffeinated and hyped up. So we'll have a good time for sure.
Put the dip in.
Trevor's dipping, skipping, and sipping. Yeah,
Oh,
You want to
I'm good.
I'm delicious. I'm good.
I want-
threw up.
I want you
The
to
only
do it
time I
next
tried
time.
dip, I threw up, and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
One of these
Small
times, I'm going to
spit.
get you to do it.
I probably did, honestly. Well, this smells really good. So is this a sweet or a
Dry as they come.
Yeah, you can tell because if you spin it and it doesn't, the slower it goes down the sides, right? Is that how you check it?
It's dark too. Yeah, honestly, I don't know about that one.
That's the only way I've been told is if you spin it, the slower it runs down the sides of the glass, the less sweet it is, or the slower it runs down, the sweeter it is because of all the sugar in it.
See, the only like alcohol thing I know is if like you're with moonshine and you shake the bottle real fast, the quicker the bubbles go away, that's the higher the proof is.
I have some Italian moonshine in the car, but it's for stemmer.
Stimmer. Shout out Stimmer. Well,
Down
you're
that
actually
one.
on Thanksgiving with them?
Yeah, just going to visit him, going
Okay.
to talk and doing a little bit with him, giving that bottle. So
Cool.
catching up basically.
Mm-hmm.
But cheers,
up.
boys.
Should we say like salute? Like
Salute.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
That's mafia. They say chin. They say chin chin over there.
It definitely counteracts the sweetness of that blood raspberry.
It's good.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never paired pre-workout with wine before, so
I'm glad to say I've tried authentic Italian wine now. So definitely something I want to
Straight
check off
from
the
Italy.
agenda.
straight from Italy.
The next thing I want to check off is an Italian woman. Ray's probably.
Yeah, I don't know if I could put one in my suitcase like the wine, but like I could probably look you up.
Import.
My girlfriend's got a friend. I don't
Mail
know.
order barrage.
Just bring me some food. That's all I want.
No, I'll come visit one time. And I don't know.
Man, I really want to go to Japan though. I'm super jealous.
Japan
was fun.
Where was your favorite place to?
Japan for sure. It like we were talking earlier. Like the Japan was my first time out of high school.
Yeah.
And usually when people get that first experience, they get attached to that place.
Mhm.
I had a lot of people that their first base was Korea, and they're like, I love Korean food. I love this from Korea. And then I would just say, oh, this is like Japan light. It's like, it's not as cool as Japan, but they still got like cool things that are Asian. But yeah, I like Japan. I like the culture. I like their food. I'm in love with the food actually. And the women are pretty nice too.
What's like your favorite like Japanese dish you had?
I got ramen tattooed on my legs, so probably ramen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
real like
Real ramen.
Did you ever see the real? I don't know if you ever watched like Naruto or anything.
Yeah.
But the real Ichiraku ramen shop.
They have those themed everywhere. Those themed types of Naruto ramen,
Yeah.
everything like that.
That's dope.
Yeah, they're cool. And I always say like my parents obviously are not too big into the different cultured food scenes. Anything out of Ohio is kind of strange for them.
That's how my parents are.
So I always say like the less English the cooks speak, the better the food. And like I always judge ramen by the eggs if they're really, really not hard boiled.
Yeah.
So if they're really
soft boil.
soft boiled, really orange, that's good ramen.
Like I don't know how much you've ever boiled eggs, but like if you leave them in there for less time, it's like 10 minutes. It's gonna be like fully done. At like 6 minutes, you're gonna have like still a runniness in the middle. 5 minutes or less is when you'll get that like really nice orangey look.
That's
I
how I
made
still
it
eat
like
them.
that before.
Yeah, and I still eat them like that just because I don't like hard boiled, but I'll eat soft boiled.
Yeah, I like a good soft boiled egg. So actually, podcast viewers and listeners, I'm talking to you for a second. Speaking of Japan, our first merch line, Trevor.
Yeah.
We were talking about this at the gym today. What we're gonna do for our podcast, we're not gonna do normal merch. We're gonna do gym merch, okay? So if you're a gym rat, bro, gym sis, shout out Britt. Actually, Britt has her own angle today. Britt, pull that up. Let's see, Britt. It's your name's on it. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
That's our Jamie.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Right
it's
there.
like Jamie and Joe.
Right.
Well, we've already been like having her do stuff like Jamie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, flush it up, Britt. Like, and it feels so good.
Young Brit on Instagram.
Young
You gotta
Brit.
change your
Yeah,
name.
you should change your name to Young Brit. That'd be hilarious. But no, I'm gonna link down below. I'm gonna have to build this site today, I guess. Link down below, otrcast.com. Go there. We're gonna have a merch coming out. Our first cutoff. It's gonna be a cutoff tank, right? So you can wear this to the gym, see your biceps. Anime girls and preacher curls. So you're gonna be able to wear that to the gym. Really rep. I'm not personally an anime fan myself. I like anime. I like a good anime. I'm just not into it completely. But I will rep the crap out of that merch because it's gonna look sick. We're gonna have like anything and everything on this shirt. So pick up you can go check that out in the description below. Anime Girls Preacher Curls. That's our first merch line. I think we're gonna release something probably every month. But that'll help if you go buy that. That helps us keep this thing moving, supporting this podcast and making stuff flow.
And where we can get like cool shit. You know?
We'll ship one to Wray so that he can
for sure.
wear that.
Yeah, I'll rep you guys for sure.
I'd like to get some kind of like Japanese on it.
Like a word or something.
Like
saying.
probably a saying.
I can teach you how to say "show me your boobs" in Japanese.
Dude, teach me that. Yeah. I want that.
I can say.
Because I'll start saying it to everybody.
Oppai meetsute onegaishimasu.
Well,
Oppai.
that's way too fast.
Oppai means titties.
Oppai. Okay.
Meetsute means show me.
Mitsute.
And onegaishimasu means please.
I'll say the last part.
Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
Yeah. Is that podcast friendly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had some.
We've said some worse shit.
We're gonna get kicked off the internet eventually, but
That's one thing I do kind of regret being in Japan is because coming from here, everybody thought that back in high school, everybody was like, oh, if you watch anime, you're a weirdo or something like that. So I had to take that with me. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to go to the Studio Ghibli world in Japan. And I'm like, looking back on it, I'm like, I should have went to that because I love Studio Ghibli movies now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I missed out on that entire part of their culture.
I love anime so much.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching Naruto Shippuden today before I came here. And like, I don't know if you ever watched like My Hero.
A little bit, not much, but
It's okay. I don't like it near as much as like Naruto.
Yeah.
Because I grew up watching like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And then I moved on to Naruto and then Shippuden. And I've started to try to get into Demon Slayer a little bit.
okay.
But like, it's more of a slow burn for Demon Slayer, it feels like, than what the other ones were.
Okay.
It's harder for me to get into those ones. But I know if I go over to Japan, that's the first thing I'm going to do is go there.
And they have whole like 4-story buildings of just manga and animes, and they're all themed with different, like they have the figurines, and they're really big about the figurines over there, and they go for thousands of dollars for just their figurines, collectible stuff. And
yeah, I don't know. I can watch anime,
Mhm.
but like it comes in waves for me. Like I can't like sit down and, like I'm gonna watch this show, but sometimes like I'll go down a YouTube rabbit hole and watch like all of season whatever of any. Like I watched like One Punch Man.
One Punch is so good.
Yeah, it's good.
And the weird thing is as kids, as young adults, we were like, anime is weird, but as kids, we were conditioned to watch anime. I mean, we had Pokemon, we had Avatar. If you want to
Pokemon,
count that,
I feel like Avatar still kind of counts.
it's
like,
an American one, but it counts, right?
they said it was kind of like a middle ground between anime and cartoons.
Yeah, and a lot of the Japanese anime producers actually commended them. They're like, "You guys did a great job. If we could take the culture outside of Japan, this is how we want it to be represented." So it's cool. I really like Avatar.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Me too. I
Yep.
love Avatar. Thank you. Me too.
Yeah, you have a camera. No, I was just saying. Well, this is like off this fourth wall. Hello, podcast. No, I was gonna say if someone comes to the door, just let me know. So yeah, that's all I was gonna say to you. Yeah, so we sell a lot of stuff here. We sell blankets and all that stuff. So we have a blanket shipment coming in. It's a busy day here at the KGP Studios, right?
I wouldn't know. I don't work here.
One day, maybe you might get paid to do this if we start kicking off.
Shit, I hope. That'd be nice.
Wouldn't that be nice? I'd like to get paid to do this.
It'd be fun. I mean, I enjoy doing it now, but dude, if you're getting paid to do it too,
You watch anything for views on
No.
YouTube? Oh, you gotta watch them. They do basically this, but they're like the podcast. Like they sit down and they just drink, and then they order stuff off Fiverr,
Okay,
and then like they'll just like review it, like hammered. It's funny.
and I'm guessing their title is anything for views. So can people call in and like request stuff?
So anything for views is the channel,
Okay.
but they actually it's called. They went off hot ones. They call it cold ones.
Oh.
So it's just it's pretty cool. We're gonna watch it sometime.
Is that the guys we were watching the one night with Ethan and all that?
Yeah, they'll do anything. They'll order off Wish. They'll have like they did the DoorDash thing that I want to do. So they DoorDashed food, and then they like had the DoorDasher come on to the show, and like they just talked to him.
So like some Mr. Beast style stuff, like just going crazy with different stuff.
The thing I think with the DoorDash thing is like we're gonna know the people that are doing it just because there's not that many here. I'm good right now. Like I said, I don't really drink that much anymore. So like that one.
I don't know how I'm gonna be feeling with the pre-workout and then the wine too.
The pre's probably gonna hit you decently hard because if I remember right, that one's still 300 milligrams of caffeine, and then I think that one's a little bit lower on the beta, so it's like 2.6, I think.
What's a cup of coffee? Isn't that like 50?
Depends on the coffee and like what roast it is. Like I think Death Wish is like the strongest one. I'll move this a little closer to my face. Can you still hear me okay, Britt? Okay, good deal. Just make sure.
That's another thing they do in Italy. They don't drink coffee like we do.
Yeah, they drink espressos.
Yeah, and it really annoys me because their breakfast is not breakfast. Like I was craving Cracker Barrel pancakes. I haven't had it in
Such a
2.5 years.
specific thing.
Yeah, well, I love them, and I love if Cracker Barrel's listening. Don't ever stop doing the little glass bottles of syrup. I'm never gonna come if you each stop doing that. But that's the only reason I go. And what they do for breakfast is just croissants and espresso. That's their whole breakfast.
Dude, croissants though?
But they
Very
give
nice.
you like jitter, like you don't have enough because you just eat sugar or something like that. You're just
See, like I sip on my coffee anyway. Like that's what I got right now.
Yeah.
But like I've tried espressos and stuff before. The taste is what like gets me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like the espressos were made bad or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't like them. Like they had like a really sour taste. And I drink like black coffee all the time, so I'm used to more of a bitter taste. But like the ones I've had are just off.
yeah, it's really condensed.
Yeah, but I've heard that there's certain ones that are like super, super good, and I've just never got one.
You should try it. When I was in Qatar, Turkish coffee was really popular. Ever had Turkish
Yeah,
coffee?
I've had Turkish.
Yeah, I guess it's like the strongest variation of coffee you can
Dude,
get.
it's so good.
Yeah. So you like that, but you don't like Italian espresso or anything like that?
Like I said, I think it's just because it wasn't like a very good made espresso. Like I assume they probably, because like it was a chain thing, so they probably just rushed it. It's not like quality control.
Okay. It might be just put Folgers in there too. You gotta get a
Could've
certain
been, yeah.
coffee. Yeah.
Like the Turkish coffee I had was when, I think it was when I was over in Tennessee. They had it at a restaurant, or not Tennessee, I mean North Carolina.
Okay.
They had a restaurant we was at, and it was like $14 for a cup of coffee.
Jesus Christ. Really
But-
done the sand thing and everything too.
I think so. I didn't watch them do it. I mean, dude, it came out so good.
Yeah.
Like, I was willing to pay that $14 every time.
I used to drink a lot of espresso. I used to make my own, and I would get like beans from everywhere and just try them. But I haven't done it forever. My favorite was I got some from Guyana, South America. I was like, I'm getting more of that. Black Rifle, they make a decent coffee. You know, just for being a normal coffee brand, and I like supporting them too. But I don't know. Is that what you guys are even talking about?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
did you ever try the poop coffee? The one where the little marmot or whatever
Oh,
poops out
right.
the beans? Yeah. When I was in Thailand, we tried that, and it just didn't taste like it just tastes like coffee. It
It's
wasn't even
Kui Luwak or something like that. It's not
Yeah.
weird like a.
Kahlua something. I don't know. But also it was like really expensive, but it wasn't that expensive. It was like $14.
Did you guys ever try like Peruvian coffee?
Peruvian?
Yeah.
No.
You know, from Peru.
Well, I just yeah.
I was just making sure you knew what I was talking about.
Well, I haven't tried Peruvian, but I've tried Peru coffee. No.
Like it's like the one I had at least was like wasn't a dark roast, it was more of like a medium roast, I think. But it had a really good taste. Compared to like what you just talked about, that Turkish coffee, dude. Oh, no comparison. That Turkish coffee is like,
It'll knock you down.
dude, it's grade A though.
Yeah.
You guys have any like go-to like what's your go-to drink at like the bar?
Beer.
Whiskey. Like you get the word, yeah, like that.
I was gonna say depends if I'm here or if I'm overseas. Because here I get a beer because it's the easiest thing. But over there, a glass of wine like this is everybody's go-to. They have spritz Aperols. Have you ever had like Campari or anything like that? It's a type of white wine, sparkling white wine. They mix it with like a liqueur or like a bitter. I hate that. I hate it so much.
I've never done a whole lot of like wines. It hasn't really ever been my thing. Whiskeys were my thing for a while. But like if I'm just going to the bar and I'm not like trying to get hammered with friends, then it's gonna be beer.
Yeah.
But like if I'm trying to really appreciate the taste, have some for a little bit, it's gonna be whiskey.
Yeah.
And like I'll usually go after a Woodford because I really like the taste of those. If they have Buffalo Trace, I will for sure pay the money for that Buffalo Trace. But not a lot of bars around here have it.
I Well, I'm not going to go to the old fashioned thing. 'Cause I've talked about that probably every
That's a
podcast.
15-minute
drink
story.
old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to hear about it, we talk about it like literally almost all the other podcasts we've done. But it was just like really expensive when I had this place. But I used to go for old fashions, but now I go more for if I'm going for taste, I'm probably doing some sort of whiskey like you, but just like clean. I'm getting like vodka water with like a little bit of lemon in it.
You got a lot of like rum and cokes that one night, I remember.
Yeah, they were okay. They're all right.
I had a bad night off rum and coke one time during quarantine, and I can't smell rum anymore.
Dude, I can't even touch tequila. Like,
Yeah.
I've never even had a bad night on it, really. It's just, I took I think it was a double shot one night when I was at a bar. And that was like the second drink I had the entire night.
This is usually the finishers.
Dude, that made me puke.
Yeah.
Just having that little bit of tequila made me puke. And ever since then, I just don't want to touch it. If I even taste a slight thing of tequila, I'm like, I'm done. I don't
Whoever, if you're out with a group and they say at the end of the night, everybody take tequila shots, that's red flag. I'm not hanging out with you guys. Because that's like,
I've been there a few times.
Yeah, I ain't doing it.
It's not fun. It is in the moment.
yeah.
But what I'm realizing is I feel a lot better not being messed up.
Dude, you know what a bad decision is? Having buffalo pizza and then drinking Fireball.
What?
Dude. Well, there was one night when, I'm not going to say like what year this was, but we were eating that buffalo pizza from like Wally's or Tommy's, whichever one it was. And all we had was Fireball, and it was one of the just giant glass bottles, you know. It was like gallon ones, whatever. And we're just, throwing it back like we was in the Civil War and we're getting ready for an amputation, you know. So, yeah, we're getting all kind of hammered. And I ended up puking that night. Well, dude, when you eat buffalo chicken pizza, and Fireball the whole night, your puke is going to be like an inferno. Like, it's horrible. I felt like there was a flamethrower coming out of my nose and my mouth. It was awful.
That's the thing. That's what the rum story is. I don't know how podcast friendly this is, but
Yeah,
Just say it.
just say it. Okay.
Yeah.
We were stuck in our house during quarantine, and in Italy it was like bad. Like you go
Oh, it was
outside,
real bad.
$2,000 fine. You're locked in your house, and
Wow.
I was over in
I didn't know that.
So I went over to a friend's house, and we were grilling and everything during, and he brought out Sailor Jerry's. We had chicken curry,
Oh,
and that started to come up later that night, and like I thought I was throwing up blood.
Curry's always really hot, isn't it?
Well, we had buttered chicken, which is a really orangish, like Meadowbrook color orange.
Okay.
So I was like, it was like 2 a.m. and I was like, I thought I was bleeding. Like I'm puking blood. Called all my friends, called everybody, called like 15 people, text the same amount of people, and like I'm bleeding, call the ambulance and everything like that. I couldn't stand. I couldn't walk.
I've never been that drunk. I'm bleeding. Someone call
I'm
me.
bleeding, puking up blood. So yeah, after that I never drink rum, and I can't smell it. So
I feel like that's a lot of people with Fireball. Yeah, everyone. almost.
Everybody's had a bad Fireball experience.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's so popular still. honestly.
Fireball and apple cider. Have you ever tried
That's
that
a good one.
combination?
Yeah.
It's like a cinnamon apple.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
I remember I tried, my buddy made them. They was Jello shots, and he called them napalm shots. And they was with Fireball.
Red flag.
A lot of cinnamon. And, it tasted really good. But as soon as that thing hit your throat after you, like, finally downed it, oh, man, dude, you couldn't get away from that heat. It was awful. It was like you just sat there and was doing them sweet death sauce
Oh,
wings.
yeah.
You was just dying.
I hate sweet alcohol. Anything with like really sweet stuff in it. That's what I was going to say earlier. The drinking culture from Korea and Japan is completely different from Italy because
Sake, right? Or
that
is that like a
Try
big
sake.
thing actually?
they're not casual drinkers in Asia. They're like do or die. Like you'll see guys in suits drink after work. Like if you were to go to New York, the boys from the office would go out and have a drink
Right.
after work. But then they sleep on the ground in their suit, and they have like their briefcase. You can see it; it's horrible. It's a bad part of their culture, and they're trying to fix it. But they'll have their briefcase as a pillow on their suit, and you'll just see them puke all down their shirt and everything until the morning. And you'll walk there like 5 a.m. after you get out of the club, and you'll just see them laying there. And there's like little snacks from the convenience stores placed around them and everything like that. But in Italy, it's different. It's like we're casual. We have friends. Nobody gets too drunk, and you just have a couple glasses of wine. Then you go home at like 10:30. And everybody's having a good time, just friendly night out, you know?
How's like the pizza? Is it?
Honestly, so my
Sicilian
girlfriend and me
pizza.
have a giant debate over this. Because Italian pizza is considered healthy. Like
Really?
it's like good. It's a good meal. But over here, I just tell her like, no, we order pizza because it tastes good and it's unhealthy. Like that's why we order pizza.
Well, they use a whole lot of different stuff in theirs than like what we do. Like,
yeah, they have a vegetable pizza.
exactly. Like they put a whole lot of like more natural stuff in there rather than like the GMO, mass produced,
And then
frozen pizzas.
And then I tell her about like Galaxy's cardiac arrest.
Oh, I don't
Her
understand.
family gets a ginormous kick out of that. I tell them all
So
about it.
good.
It's so good. But she's like, yeah, all you Americans are fat. You eat greasy stuff. all the time.
Oh.
I'm like,
Well, yeah, we all are fat. That's
Yeah.
true. I mean,
Yeah, as a country.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys play the new Halo?
Yeah.
Cleo was in there playing it. I looked at it.
Me and you were talking about you had it loaded up on the
It was
computer.
playing
Like,
as soon as I walked in. Yeah. I've been playing the crap out of that.
I
like
asked him. I saw some kid posted, why do they keep twerking on me every time I die? Some kid posted stuff. I'm like, oh, we're divided. Generational divide.
You'll learn, buddy.
Dude, they don't even know how bad MW2 lobbies were back in the day. So many racial slurs, just like
Yeah, it was like kids, like just yelling. Like
Yeah.
that was, I mean,
that's where the term
those
not screamer,
squeaker.
squeaker. That's what I was thinking of. Squeaker. Yeah, that's where that
If
came
your,
from.
if your voice was real
Real high pitched.
Never knew
as a-
that.
like when you were like 8 years old.
That's
You
not
get into a
cod
lobby.
kids.
They would say like you're a squeaker, and it was usually like an adult saying that to a child.
You're like, no. Yeah.
You're trying to make your voice all deep, like, no,
My dad was Microsoft. He'll ban you. That's what.
I always like hearing the parents in the background yell at their kids. That was fun.
I always had I had a buddy that would threaten to make us go home, and, like leave his house, and that was his way of getting back at us. If we like beat him in a game, he was like, "Go home. I don't want to see you anymore. Go home."
Did you see that stuff? It was probably still prevalent when we were all playing video games back in the day, but like they would look you up online and like say your address over the intercom or over the mic, and people would get freaked out. They would just leave the lobby and everything.
Dude, that would freak me out.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh my god, they're gonna hack my shit."
Yeah,
I
they're
remember
just your gamer.
Yeah, I remember when people would like hack into like your parties and stuff, and you're like, oh, I'm scared. But it really, they weren't. Like it was just like their friend inviting them. And you're like, no, I didn't invite them. You like believe everything when you're young, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that new Halo, man, it's decent.
I like it, but I don't like the battle pass.
That's what I was
progression.
gonna say.
Because it seems super slow.
Everyone's saying that it is really slow, and it what's good is the multiplayer feels like a Halo game.
Yeah.
But the actual like Halo Reach was like peak.
I liked
the
Reach,
credit
yeah.
system, everything. Like the gameplay was good, but then like after games, it was determined how good you did, determined how many credits you got. There was like a credit lottery and all this stuff. Now it's like you play, you get 1 million kills, and then it doesn't matter. You get the same amount of experience for a win as the guy that did nothing.
Yep.
And it's like not even enough to like get anything. Yeah.
And if like you made one of the challenges or you didn't get any of the challenges, like if it's the sidearm one and all you used is the main assault rifle, you're not going to get any XP toward that battle pass. It sucks because then you're stuck at level 3 or whatever it is. Like I think I'm at like level 4.
I'm trying to get the new the Japanese. There's actually Japanese.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
Yeah.
I told you we were playing the trial or not the trial.
Challenges or whatever.
Yeah.
Like samurai style stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it looks so
Yeah,
good.
it's really good. That's I don't know. I've just been that's all I've been playing, and like
So you haven't tried the Battlefield yet? Battlefield 2042?
I did the beta and I hated it, so I didn't download it.
Dude, it's super slow. I don't. Have you played it?
I sold my Xbox.
Oh
Yeah, I got rid of it just because I don't play it.
Right. Yeah.
I get
Most
that.
people aren't. I guess I just sit like, I do my work and then I'm like, what do I do now? I just sit here.
Well, like at night, like I'll switch back and forth from playing games or on like Hulu or Netflix or something. Hulu's usually where like I watch animes at. But like I got Battlefield 2042 through the whatever it's called, like EA Ultimate Pass or something. You pay like $1 for it on top of your Xbox Live, but it's kind of glitchy. This is the bad part. Like if you switch through sites, especially on like Sniper's All, and you go to like a shorter site, like a Red Dot or something, all of a sudden when you go back to the main Sniper site, it's still like in the same as like your Red Dot site, so there's nothing there.
But as far as the time frame on it, is it still like, is it super futuristic or is it kind of like modern with a little bit of futury stuff?
Kind of more of like a modern, yeah. There's not really like a futuristic feel to it, because like it's still just regular tanks, regular Humvees and stuff that are driving around. The guns don't have like any crazy things to them. I would just say like maybe some of the gadgets are a little more like futuristic, I would say.
But more realistic too. Like you can actually
Yeah.
see them coming true within the next.
Yeah, it's definitely not like how what was it, like Advanced Warfare for like Call of Duty where it was just crazy.
And a lot of people were complaining about that.
Yeah.
How futuristic it was.
Yeah, where it was like exo jumping and like you're double jumping and gliding off walls and stuff. That doesn't happen. Wiggy!
Basically Iron Man.
Wigs?
No. Like
Oh.
in the game.
Oh, yeah. How you liking the wine, though?
I'm almost on my third glass. Plus the pre-workout.
Yeah, there you
So,
go.
bouncing off the walls here soon.
Mr. Dalton Wiggins just pulled up. Brett, switch you can. I want to see Wiggs. There he is. There's the man.
How are you guys doing?
Good, how about you?
Not too bad.
Where are you coming from?
Centerville, actually.
Take a dip in the old.
Be a cold plunge right now.
Apparently, Cambridge kids. My brother, I told you he goes to Cambridge.
Yeah.
now. There's this rock they jump off at Salt Fork, and like everybody has to jump off of it. They call it like ball sack rock or something like that. I don't know. But I was like, he's like, Meadowbrook kids didn't go up to Salt Fork. I'm like, no, we pretty much all stayed in Seneca. I don't know.
Yeah, we went to Seneca. We went off Cadillac Cove.
Yeah.
I remember Cadillac Cove.
So, yeah.
It's that little
yeah.
bridge.
Off the bridge.
You pull in, and there was a long driveway.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you walk back up the road, there was a little bridge, and it was like in the very middle. It's probably like 15, 20 feet down. But off to the sides of rocks, you climb back out. So if you jump too far over to the side, you're gonna get hurt. Like it's gonna hurt a lot. But I remember like going out there with Corey Hersey, Isaiah Green, and a couple other people. Like I think AJ went out there one night, and like they were doing like flips and everything off there. And I was always, I was a bitch, so like I just jump off. That's all I did. I didn't do any tricks off there.
I always see people at that boat area where everybody what is it?
Oh,
Voters
Voters Beach.
Voters Beach.
Yeah,
Never
that's a
been
good
out
time,
there.
dude. That's just filled with piss. That's all that place is.
Never been out there. Kind of want to go. Just say I did it, but
It's fun.
yeah.
Don't let ever lie to you.
Make sure you're up on your shots. That's where you get to go on herpesiphylitis right there. That's where you get all the diseases.
If you go inside, you get all that stuff.
You go in there without a condom on, just walking into the waters, man. You're gonna come out with bumps. I'm telling you.
Welcome to the studio, Dalton Wiggins.
Yeah. We're here. We
Nice hoodie. There
nice repping KGP.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have one of those hoodies. I only got
speaking-
one of the crew necks.
Hey, speaking of, you got any more merch coming?
Yeah, we actually for the podcast.
Dude, I've had so many people ask me
For
like,
this?
just merch in
Get
general.
pre-orders. I'll order them.
I like the crew necks. I'd like crew necks.
The crew necks.
You gotta get one to.
I might be able to get you one. I have. It's really big, but
You gotta
you
get
can
one.
wear it as like a. You wear it to bed.
Like a like a what do they call those, pump shields or pump guards or whatever?
Yeah.
Pump cover.
Pump cover. Yeah.
No, but now we're good to go now. Blanket's taken care of. It's straight podcast now. Trevor's gonna take his nap real quick. He's sweating. Are you sweating?
No, it's just, dude, that hat is, I don't know if you can see like red marks on my head, but dude, that
Tight?
hat is super
Let me
tight.
see it. Let me try it on.
I think we all got super red. I got red after I coughed up all that pre-workout.
Dude,
I'm a simple
Wait.
man.
you should have seen him doing this dry scoop.
Oh,
He takes
I don't
just
blame
a little bit, and all you see is dust.
Smoke cloud.
I still remember you in the back of the bus going on a baseball game,
Oh,
snorting that pre-workout.
yeah, that did happen a few times.
You snorted it?
Times. It wasn't my smartest decision, but
Sorry.
Move that mic a
I think
little
we
closer to your
won.
face.
oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Right. Check. 10 forward.
I would just hear a woo, something like that from the back of the bus or something.
Coach is back there like. "They doing cocaine?"
Actually, listen. Speaking of baseball, I was at the gym this morning and saw Conlon.
Wait,
Oh,
move
geez.
the camera.
Oh, hey.
There you go.
But yeah, I seen Coach Conlon this morning.
Oh,
That's
man.
me
Principal
and Brett
at
saw him
Buckeye
yesterday.
We were just talking about him.
Hashtag shout out Brian Conlon.
I think you saw his son.
Think about the snorting pre-workout. I got a buddy that I lifted with over at the Zanesville gym I went to, or I still have a membership at, but he was snorting just straight beta-alanine. That's the thing that makes you like itchy and whatnot and focuses you during workouts. He was snorting it one day in between sets. So like, he would do a squat and he'd walk into the bathroom, which is right by like the squat rack, and he would come back out and he's just, and his nose started bleeding one day because he did like 5 different ones. And I was like, buddy, like how much you doing? He's like, I'm just getting enough on my finger where I can just like get it right in my nose. And I'm like, you're crazy.
So you're doing coke. It's not even like it's just coke. We're
I
just
thought
doing
of our
basically.
bumps.
Yeah,
Doing bumps.
basically thought of our next merch line.
What's that?
We're gonna do pre-workout and perky sets.
Perky sets?
Yeah.
I mean, like perks?
Yes, it's a double entendre.
Percocet.
Actually, it's a
Mother
triple.
Percocet.
Don't get me wrong, it's a triple entendre. Thank you. Sets, perky sets, like Percocets.
Does anybody need a top off? Speaking of that, you guys should get some smelling salts.
You want to try some?
We were talking
I'm
about
good,
this
bro.
morning.
Yeah.
Bro, it's Italian.
No,
Yeah, it's from Italy.
I'm sure.
Just sip it, try it.
Let's
Try
try
it.
it.
You gotta try it.
It's the selection of the president.
You're good.
I was just talking to him about it this morning.
Yeah.
I've tried smelling salts one time, but I can't
That's not like bath
I can't
salts. It's like
form the
virgin.
memory at all of like what it actually was,
That's
like
okay.
how I felt.
Okay.
So I said I really want to get some and do it again just to see like if I liked them or not. And he was like, dude, we should get them and just start doing it on the podcast. I was like, I'm down for it.
Well, they did that one time on Rogan.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
But they did awe. Awe is super strong.
Mm.
World's strongest smelling salts made by Juji Bufu.
yeah. And it's like not even. It doesn't make you feel any certain way. It's just so disgusting that that's all you focus on.
Well, like what I've heard is it kind of gives you like that head rush feeling.
Yeah.
And that's what makes everybody think that they can just like do some crazy lift or whatever it is, just because of that straight up head rush that hits you like that rush of adrenaline almost. But I mean, if you do it too much, it's gonna make you sick. What?
Trev, turn your head to the left.
Dude, I'm telling you that.
Yes, yes,
that's-
yes.
I'm telling you, dude, that thing is
Bro,
it's hard on you. It's hard on you. That's why I took it off.
Yeah.
I was like, man, my head's hurt.
You get
Like,
you gotta get one of them adjustment ones.
Either that or lined
With
with
the
something
Velcro
soft,
back.
like a felt lined or.
and maybe, dude. Like that's just. I mean, that's cheap cowboy had a ball from TSC.
Ethan, I have been wanting to ask you this. From when you left overseas till now, what, and like, you always posted like unbelievable foods and stuff. What was the worst thing that you've ever eaten over, like in Italy or Japan? What
In
was
Japan,
the
my
worst thing?
my
Like,
friend, she was, so my best friend, like I call his kids my nephews type
Yeah.
of thing. He married a Japanese wife, and we went out to,
Waifu.
yeah,
Respect waifu.
we went out to this grill where they give you raw meat and you throw it on the grill, right? And it's unlimited. But they brought out horse meat, soaked in its own blood, and it was like little slivers, right? So I go to throw one on the grill, and she's like, "No, you don't cook these. You eat these raw.
Wait, what was it?
Horse meat."
Oh,
oh.
So
Soaked in
Ray,
the
you
same blood.
remember Coach Ep?
yeah, I just saw them out there. So I ate those, and it felt like a worm going down my throat. And of course, I'll probably get in Guernsey County. I'll probably get blasted or like put on the cross. That wasn't even the worst one, but like dog meat in South Korea. That was actually they made it into a soup.
What's it taste like? Does it taste like? Is it
It's actually
gamey?
really good. It's actually not bad at all.
Well, you're like, this is the cool Guernsey County podcast. So
Yeah,
like
okay.
only
The open
there ain't a
minded
lot of
people.
boomers watching us. So
Yeah.
let's be real about that. If you are, you're a cool boomer. So buy a shirt.
I don't know. They brought out. I've eaten some wild stuff in Asia, but like they serve like hearts in Italy. And I had a full pig heart. They just roasted it and put it on a plate. It's actually really good, really tender. It was really good.
Speaking of tender, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about spoofing my location to Italy
Mm.
because I like after you were telling me about your Italian girlfriend, I was like, oh, like I might try that.
It's the best way to learn another language. I was almost there in Japanese too. I was almost there, but they got 3 writing systems, and that was never going to happen.
Was it cuneiform or is that Chinese?
That's kanji, hiragana, and katakana, and
Or no, cuneiform's like old.
yeah, it's like the first civilization
yeah.
type of thing.
No, that's funny. That's man. I want to learn. I mean, obviously I took Spanish in high school, but I don't remember any of it.
Well, you remember our Spanish teachers? They didn't really.
Yeah, one of them really.
Yeah, the first one that we ever had.
I just remember our final for that class. It was like, we had our group and we literally, like we took it and I didn't know any of it and she was like, yeah, you guys can work together.
Mm-hmm.
None of us worked together. We just took who had, like the smartest person in class did theirs and then put it in the box.
Mhm.
We walked up, took it out of the box and just copied it.
I remember that.
Yeah, and we're like, here, sure. And she's like, great. And I'm like, I learned nothing.
The second Spanish teacher, I liked that class a lot, but I don't know, the first one. Oh,
Bruh.
Bruh. My fault.
outside
That's 100% my fault.
goat intestine soup in Japan, like chitlins, and there was like there was little I don't know like I don't know how to explain it, like hairs lining the whole of the intestine, and you could just feel them going on your tongue. It's pretty wild, yeah. We're talking about weird foods I've eaten.
Oh, okay.
Dog soup, like dog meat.
Welcome back to the show, Trent.
Oh,
Welcome back to the show.
I took my grandma to the biggest fish market in Tokyo, and we ate whale sushi. That was really good.
Oh, I bet that would be.
Yeah, it was really like dark red, bloody, really, really good
Ooh,
stuff.
I want to try
Well,
whales.
dude, you ate a dog.
Yeah, see, that's
What's
what
wrong with you?
See, there it is.
You don't do that to dogs. Oh my god! You know what's that worse though is if you ate a kitty. Yeah, I would not be friends with you at all if you ate a cat.
I've been wanting to try hotline.
Trevor is the boomer of this podcast. He's not open to new ideas.
Not dogs and cats. No, horses. No.
It's,
No, I ain't
okay,
doing
so
that.
the first one I tried was raw horse meat.
Yeah.
And in Italy, they do horses a lot. They do like they dry the meat and make it into like a salami, and that's really good. It's
Yeah,
really
I don't agree with that at all.
They
They
actually-
don't do that to horses. Don't do that to dogs. Don't do it to cats.
When in
Don't do
Rome.
it none of it.
So why can we do it to other animals then?
Because I don't care about them other ones. That's why.
So only your worldview is based around animals you care about and
Yes.
not interesting.
100%. Yes.
I'm open to all ideas.
I'm not.
They do like the cuttlefish over there too. That one's
Ooh,
pretty cool.
what? Have you ever tried anything like dangerous?
Yeah, the cuttlefish.
That's right. Isn't it like poisonous? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
you have to have a license in Japan to be able to cut it up because if you miss the poison stack, it'll kill like everybody in your restaurant.
The same with like it was pufferfish or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, pufferfish.
Oh, I thought.
Or I'm
Cuttlefish
sorry.
are different.
Cuttlefish are, yeah, sorry, that's my bad. Pufferfish is
Okay.
what I'm talking about. Cuttlefish is a different thing.
I was saying cuttlefish. If I remember right, they look a lot like an octopus or a squid.
Yeah.
Like they got the same sort of body type to them, just less arms and whatnot.
How do you guys want to die?
Quickly.
Yeah, I want to get like stung by a box jellyfish
Why?
and then shot in the head because it would take a long
I
time.
think I want to skydive without a parachute.
Y'all were
Ooh.
just crazy.
How
I
do
want to
you-
go in my sleep. You know,
Yeah,
peaceful.
I'm
Like,
with you on that, Trent.
yeah.
Live to 100 and just die in your sleep.
Y'all were talking about like some Viking funerals. Like we want to go out screaming. Just,
You know, another thing I think is weird about our society is the funeral system. I just put me underneath, like, just let me rot. Why are we doing it? I guess it's like the
That's the grieving process, though.
I just want to be put me and plant me with a seed, like of a tree.
Cover me in satin, lay me down in a bed of roses tree.
Oh, that's really good.
Tree, sit, throw me down the
Send me down the
river at dawn. Send me away to the words of a love song.
Oh.
I'm gonna
butchered
teach
the
you.
shit out of that song.
I'm gonna teach you how to put reverb on us, like mid talk, and we're gonna sound beautiful. Because that board, we can put like
We should have
reverb
done like
and like.
we should have done like Papa Roach, like cut my life into.
Yeah, that's more our style.
Yeah. That's y'all right there. I'm
You're-
Taylor Swift. Like send me down the river at dawn, bud.
Going back to like the funeral and death thing, because I'm kind of interested on this one. For the military, you have to fill out like how you want to be buried in case of your death and that kind of stuff. And
I actually filled out one of those, but not for the military.
yeah, my mom hates me for doing this, but I put on my official form like just like roast me up. What is it called? Cremated? Yeah, cremated.
Put me up like a hot dog, bud. Just one of them rollers. Just keep on going until I'm well done.
Throw me in the, throw my ashes.
Spit roast.
Throw my ashes in the of a toilet in like Disneyland and flush me down the toilet.
Ew, that's like the worst spot.
And the thing is, they have to do that.
That's
Like
such a
that's on
specific
your
way,
will.
though.
That's like on your will. You have to do that.
That's Disneyland toilet.
Disneyland or McDonald's. One of
Make
those
sure
two.
it's at least like
They're both
Mickey's
the
toilet.
happiest places on earth.
Yeah, exactly. Happy Meals. Like I don't even care if you celebrate. Just go get a Happy
I
Meal.
want you to chop me up, put this in
Disney-
chili. Just
Disney
don't tell
toilets.
shit. Don't tell nobody about it.
Disney toilets are the crappiest place on earth.
I've never even been to a Disneyland, but I swear, if you put my ashes into their toilet, I'm going to be happy. Like that's.
Such an odd way.
This guy goes in the bathroom. He's like, "Why is there? What is that?"
My
Oh,
dad's
that's evil.
It's goofy. Goofy comes in.
My dad's always made the joke anytime he talks about like dying or whatnot. He's like, "Hey, just don't put me in something warm. It's gonna be hot wherever I go."
Oh, that's awful. Brett, what are we at?
46.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, hold on. I still got stuff to talk about the death and dying thing.
Okay.
I took a class over at OUZ that was actually like death and dying. It was
Okay.
our psych
D&D?
professor that did it. Yeah. I mean,
Dungeons
we
and
just talk about
Dragons.
like different cultures and like how they go about, like the whole death process. there was, I don't remember what country or region, whatever it is. I want to say it was over toward like Asia somewhere, but they put the body up on like this platform because there's these buzzards that come through, and it's something about the buzzards, like them eating part of the body or whatever, that they'll chop up the body or something. But they don't allow any like photography or nothing because there's people trying to document it. But the only part you got to see was like the platforms, and that was it. You didn't get to actually see like any of the process go down, which I'm kind of happy. I really would not want to watch that. But there was that, and then there was like the cremation thing, how the like preservatives, whatever you would want to call it, embalming, like how the embalming thing happened, like where it got really like normalized in the U.S. Because it was like one of the presidents, I think, was the first ones that did it. It was after like the railroad first got done. He was like, send my body through like and all these different stops so they can see like how long your body's preserved from this, something like that.
Embalming started in ancient
Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it got normalized in like the United States, because he was like one of the ones that was trying to like get it.
Listen, the craziest one, I had to look this up because I can't remember. I'm going to butcher the name. But it's like the Tarajan people, listen to this, keep their dead relatives at home, feeding and cuddling their bodies. Then when they are finally buried, they dig them up once a year for a celebration.
What a lot of work. Yeah.
But it is funny. It's not funny, but it's fascinating to see how different cultures treat, like what you guys were talking about. Everybody has their own, I don't know.
Imagine if you dig up the wrong person. Like, are you going to get haunted by them? Like, what if someone else owned the home first? And then now you're just digging up some random dude. And, you think it's Uncle Joe, and it's really just some random dude.
I don't even want to be embalmed. Just put me in the ground.
Yeah. I don't know.
Guts and all. Don't take my guts out. That's weird.
I think the only thing I want is I want them to like cut my head off and like freeze it, just in case they figure out how to like do DNA shit.
Y'all
Just like
think
one
it's
day
something-
down
That's
the line.
cheap. It's not even that expensive. I looked into it. It's only like 200,000.
Oh, yeah. Only like 200,000.
Okay, so
Yeah, more money than I'll ever have at once. Like, I'll see this money in 15 years total.
it might pay off. It
Right,
might pay
honestly,
off.
it could be worth it, especially if you get to live again.
Yeah.
What
There's a
do you
whole,
guys think I'm going to do? Hit the fucking lottery and like
Well,
just
you
have
can get- it's like a
200,000
college
and be like,
loan.
hey,
Yeah,
just
exactly.
You pay it when you come back to life.
just take a personal
You're
loan.
just a slave. You're like, well, you're here. You got that 200,000? No. Oh, well.
it's like those memes where it's like you go to the dentist, you get that cavity done, and then they're like card decline, and they just walk and pull the tooth out. You ever seen that?
I've seen
Ever
it.
seen it?
I've seen this.
No.
Yes, I've seen them.
Okay.
Oh,
See, he's cultured. He knows. He's been around.
yeah, you've been around the world. It's true.
Ethan, what's the biggest change since you've been back in Guernsey County?
The Starbucks I got.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
me
That's
being
big.
that little
That's
area.
big talk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Not anything
No.
else. Much has changed. Not much changes
Right.
around here.
So, hey, tell us about your girlfriend.
We won't know.
How tall is she?
Short. No. She's like 5'3".
Italian girls are short, right?
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah. 5 foot even, I think.
My grandma's short. She's
She's like 100 pounds.
She way little.
Yeah. She's like 5. She's older than me too. She's like 25.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's not that much older.
Yeah. She's not like a milf.
I'm 25% Italian,
There you go.
I'm ready.
I'm part Mexican.
Are you really?
Yeah, my grandma's Mexican.
That's actually really cool.
I think she's half, if I remember right, and I think my dad's like a quarter.
Can you cook Mexican food?
I'm this weird, like, I'm 20, my grandma was full Italian. My grandpa was like 50%, yeah. My grandpa was 50% Cherokee. So I'm like, I got it
Mr.
all.
Worldwide.
Yeah. Call me Pitbull.
Dude, I'm just out here being neon white. I got 99% Irish and German Polish genes. Like we
Trevor's got his cap on to go to meetings.
yeah, we completely neglect the sunlight. We are pale skinned. I got none of the Mexican genes at all. I don't take well to the sun.
You know that boxer, Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah.
He's like redheaded, but he's Mexican. He speaks Spanish and all that kind of stuff. I saw him, and then the first time I heard him speak was like, whoa. Because I thought he was just a white guy. I didn't know he was Mexican or anything like that.
They talked about that a lot when he was getting ready to fight Mayweather.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously this has been a few years ago, but when he was getting ready to fight Mayweather, a lot of people were thinking he was Irish, especially just because like the Irish colors are kind of similar to like Mexican, other than like the orange and the red. But Yeah, they were saying how he looked like he was Irish, and then like he talks and it's just straight Spanish.
They called him like potato boy or something in Mexico because everybody's like he is Irish, but everybody's like Irish Mexican boy or whatever. The gringo.
Well, I think about an hour is pretty good. We're going to transition into segment 2. So, okay, we got to do some weird thinking here. So, thank you for watching the OTR podcast. Ethan, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you guys.
You the man.
Thanks, Dalton, for joining us.
Last minute. Yeah.
But actually, you're going to want to stay for this next part.
Oh, really?
So, part 1 is over. If you want to watch part 2, you're going to have to go to Ethan's channel.
Yeah.
Nice.
What platforms is it going to be on?
So far I'm just starting out. So far it's just on YouTube, True Freedom Podcast. We talk about freedom, financial freedom, traveling the world. The first 2 guests I got on there, one was he's an Army vet, but he started an import-export company from his home in Texas. And when we were pulling out of Afghanistan, he took 22 pieces of heavy construction equipment like backhoes and forklifts and all that, and he imported them under Taliban rule to Pakistan. And from Pakistan, he exported them all through Africa, Canada, and the U.S. And he did that all from his home in Texas.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
That
he
is
made
really crazy.
he made millions off the deal. So go check that out, True Freedom Podcast. And the second guy, he is a international real estate investor, and he does offshore banking and cryptocurrency, everything to do with offshore and real estate investing in places, tax advantage places like Monaco, St. Lucia Islands, these types of places. So that's mainly business, mainly finance. So go check that out, True Freedom Podcast online.
Yeah, and again, thanks for joining us. You know where to find us. Same place every day. Same place every week, right here, Thursdays. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy that.
Happy Thanksgiving for sure.
Yeah. And make sure grab some merch. There'll be a link down here. We're gonna have a new website for that. In the part 2, or there's not really a part to it. This is beginning and whatever you want. You could have watched them in any order. It's gonna be down here. If you started with this podcast, click through. You get to watch another segment with us 3. Gonna be a pretty business oriented or financially oriented podcast. I'm sure Trevor's excited for that.
Oh yeah, I'm just jumping for joy. I don't know if you can see it from my face, but I'm really, I'm into it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Post a picture of you having a glass of wine in the comments below.
Ooh, yes, it's wonderful.
Make sure you drop a follow too on Instagram and
OTR.pod on Instagram.
MySpace.
And OTR Cast on YouTube. MySpace. Yeah, you can find not really. But yeah, we'll see you guys. Bye.
Peace.